Hello everyone, Mark here, and today I'm going to share an unboxing with you guys. Now I'm very excited to unbox these packages. I got these packages from JD Quad. Basically he was really kind and sent me and my little girl some drones. I really want to get my little girl into drone flying, and he sent me some drones that will be perfect for her to learn to fly with. So I thought I'd share this unboxing with you today and just say a big thank you to JD Quad for sending me these drones. Thank you so much, mate. I really am very grateful, and I'm pretty sure me and my little girl are gonna love these drones. So what I'll do, I will unpackage these boxes and then give you a nice closer look at the actual drones themselves. I might fast forward actually unpackaging these boxes because obviously that can be a bit boring. So let's get these open and see exactly what we've got. Okay, so first up, let's open this one. So let's put the others to the side. Now JD has packaged these up really well. So let's open these up. And like I say, I kind of got a clue. I kind of know a little bit what's inside them, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is going to be a nice surprise. So let's get these open. Wow, that's packaged really nicely. Okay, so what we got in here then? Wow, there's 3 controllers. Okay. Oh, so I recognise these straight away. So what JD Quad has done, he's packaged the controllers up and then the drones, and then I think some batteries as well. Wow, that's a lovely controller. I'm not too sure what this one's going to be for actually, so I'm quite intrigued. Oh, actually I have got an idea. So okay, nice. Okay, I know what this one's for. Awesome. Okay, so let's get the other box out. Let's put all this to one side. Now I apologise guys, I'm in a different house. I'm house sitting for my parents while they're on holiday, so obviously my video setup's going to be different, the lighting's going to be different, and I've got a fan on in the background because it's insanely hot. So let's get this open. Once again, very nicely packaged. Wow, okay. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. This is the KP or KF plan drone. I'm looking forward to having a nice closer look. That's actually smaller than what I thought. Okay, so what's this one? Oh, wow. JD, thank you so much, mate. Like, I'm so, like, I'm kind of in awe of how generous and what a nice person you are. Obviously, I know we chat on the phone and stuff like that, but you are just a superstar, mate. You really are. She is going to love these drones, and so am I. I ain't going to lie, I'm going to have some enjoyment out of these as well. This is the Visuo. I think this is the GPS version as well. Yep, GPS. I'm really looking forward to flying these, and so will my little girl, because obviously she has got a Hubsan 216A, but from day one it's just been a complete nightmare. The drone is so unreliable, it's basically unflyable, and I want her to learn to fly without having a GPS drone anyway. So this is where the Bugs 708P will come in handy, because it's just got the optical flow sensor. Then once she's mastered those, she can then move on and fly the GPS drone, and then move on and fly the non-assisted drones, like some of my little toy grade drones that basically don't even have altitude hold. But she's just too anxious to fly something like that at the moment. But these are it. These are the little drones. So let's put them there, and then let's have a nice closer look at each and every drone. Okay then, so let's quickly have a nice closer look at these quadcopters. I'm not going to do a review in this video because basically I want to get some personal hands-on experience with these quadcopters myself before doing a full review. But if you want to see an in-depth full review as well as flight tests on these drones as well as many others, go check out JD Quad's YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can go check out his channel. He does some great videos and he's just a really nice person to talk to as well. So go check out JD Quad's YouTube channel. So let's have a nice closer look at all of these drones. Okay then, so the first one we're going to look at is this one here. Now this is a MJX X708P optical flow 720p camera FPV toy grade drone. Now as toy grade drones go, this thing is awesome. I was really surprised with how nice the build quality is. I've seen obviously reviews and stuff like that on this quadcopter, but when you actually hold something, then you actually really get an appreciation to how nice or how horrible something is. And this, for a toy grade quadcopter, is actually really nice. It's built to a really good standard. The fit and finish is lovely. The actual drone itself, the style, just how it feels, I'm really happy. Now I'm going to be giving this quadcopter to my little gal because it's going to teach her how to fly, because it's got an optical flow position sensor. This thing is really steady. One of the most steady toy grade drones with optical flow from what I've actually seen. So I'm looking forward to taking this up myself. But this is going to be a really good training quad for my little gal. I don't want to teach her to use GPS quadcopters to learn with, because as far as I'm concerned, you should really be learning to fly a drone without GPS, even without optical flow, to be fair, but she's just not confident enough to do that. So I'm going to teach her to fly a drone with optical flow before she moves on to like GPS, and then obviously once she's mastered flying, she can fly whatever she wants. So yeah, this is the MJX X708P. Basically it's a Cyclone. But it is branded and really made by MJX anyway. It has a 720p FPV Wi-Fi camera. The camera is fixed. It also has a micro SD card slot. It's got blue LEDs on the front and orange LEDs on the rear. Now if I flip it open here, you can see the battery compartment. This battery compartment is quite large really. Now as standard, it uses these 3.7 volts 550 mAh LiPo batteries, but as you can see here, I've got an 800 mAh battery and it fits in here no problem whatsoever, and it's got quite a bit of room. So I reckon we can go up to say 9, maybe 1000 mAh, because as you can see there guys, there's loads of room left in there. Now you're going to get around 8 to 12 minutes flight time depending on the actual battery you use, but that's more than enough. You've got a Wi-Fi FPV external antenna there. Now that's going to hopefully help with Wi-Fi FPV signal. Now I'll quickly show you the controller. The controller is your bog standard MJX controller. It feels quite nice. One downside is basically none of the controls are marked, so I'm going to have to mark these, I think, so my little girl can actually see exactly what she's flying. There's your FPV holder. Now as you can see, what's this? If I fully extend that, this uses basically a tape measure type mechanism. So that fully extends. You can fit a tablet in there, no problem. Let's lock that into place. Obviously, just bear in mind, that's going to be a bit flimsy if you put a tablet in there, but it will work. I've tried it. So it uses 4 AA batteries. It's just a bog standard transmitter with a very nice toy grade drone. I'm super impressed with this. Thank you so much JD for actually sending this for my little girl. She's going to love it, mate, and it's more importantly, it's going to teach her how to fly and fly safely and comfortably, and give her some confidence to actually move on to more challenging quadcopters. And then obviously she can fly the GPS ones and rely on some of their features, but as we all know, features do go wrong, and it's good to have the skill to get you out of trouble. So thanks again, mate. I really do appreciate these drones that you've sent. So let's actually put this one to one side and move on to another one. Okay then, so let's have a look at another one. Let's do this one. So let's open it up. It's rear legs first, get the blades out of the way. Just like so. Let's put that down for a second. Now this is the KF plan KF607. It is a optical flow positioning toy grade quadcopter. It has a 1080p Wi-Fi FPV camera. This camera is also mechanically movable via the transmitter and the app. Now this is stated to be a 1080p camera, but to be honest, it's not a high quality 1080p camera. Don't be getting something like this and expecting to do really nice video footage, taking some lovely pictures, because it's just not going to happen with a cheap toy grade quadcopter like this. Now they also do a few different versions of this, and they actually advertise one of having a 4K camera. It's not going to have a 4K camera, guys, so save your money. Don't buy the 4K version if you're going to get something like this. Get the 1080p version and just get more batteries, because like I say, the 1080p version don't even have a high quality 1080p camera, so the 4K version certainly is not going to have a 4K camera. But that being said, this is a cheap toy grade quadcopter that looks cool, is built reasonably well, and has a optical flow positioning camera, and this works great. Now I've seen from JD Quad's reviews as well as a few others, these things function pretty good. For 50 quid, they're actually good value for money. They work reasonably well, and like I say, they look very cool. This thing is quite light. It weighs 180 grams. It has brushed geared motors, and once again, it's a generic motor size, guys, for a quad like this. So it's going to use like a 10 by 20 cordless motor, or even an 8 by 20 cordless motor, but it does what it needs to do. You've got some nice LEDs at the front and at the rear. I can't remember what they are. I think it's blue or red at the front, green at the rear, but we'll see. Let's actually turn it on. Okay, so we've got blue at the front, red at the rear, and they're actually really bright. That's actually quite bright, so I'm looking forward to actually taking this one up. This is the strange thing. If I remove the battery here, they have actually advertised this to have a single cell 3.7 volts 300 mAh LiPo battery. I can't see it being 300 mAh because this battery is big, it's heavy. It could very well be 3.7 volts, but there's no way this is 300 mAh. It's got an estimated flight time of like 15 minutes, so you're not going to get that with a 300 mAh battery with a quadcopter that weighs 180 grams. It's just not going to happen. So I'm pretty sure it's a misprint on their behalf. It could very well have a 1300 mAh and they just forgot to put the 1000. But what I'll do, before I do a full review, I'm going to open this casing up and see exactly what size LiPo battery it is, because it should be printed on there. Most of them are. But yeah, very cool quadcopter. I'm really like, that looks cool. That does look cool. Let's put that down, give it a quick look at the transmitter. The transmitter, very weird looking, and to be fair, to hold, it's not that comfortable either. It's just a weird shape, very compact, so it's very good if you want to transport it somewhere. It's going to fit in bags, pockets and stuff like that, very easy. So for that aspect, great. I love how all of the buttons are marked so you know exactly what you're pressing. Now in JD's good old fashion, he's ripped off the fake antennas. I don't blame him, they're just annoying. There's no point in them having them on there. I don't see why manufacturers put fake antennas on there, because it's just a waste of space. You've got your phone clips here. Being on the opposite sides and individually spring loaded can be a bit of a pain when it comes to putting the phone in, but it's not a deal breaker. You soon get the hang of it. The gimbal sticks, they feel quite nice, very sturdy actually. Don't feel flimsy or anything like that. Yeah, quite a nice transmitter. The main thing with this drone is, I think, how cool that looks. That looks so cool. It looks like a few other quadcopters, doesn't it? I think it's the JJRC F11, something like that, and the Z5, I think, is similar to that. You charge it up via a USB lead. I'm really not a fan of charging things up with USB leads. I do wish, obviously, manufacturers would just put a designated charger in with them, but this is a 50 quid quad at the end of the day. And it's a single cell, so the cell don't really need to be balanced. It just needs to be at its correct voltage, so it does the job. So yeah, I'm happy with that. My little girl's going to like flying that one as well. I think it looks very cool. I think she's going to think that one looks pretty cool. So let's put this one to one side and get another one out. Okay then, so last up is this one here. Let's get it all over. Let's open up these legs. Some nice clicking action on the legs, just like so. Okay then, so this is the Visuo XS812 GPS quadcopter. Now that looks so cool. I'm really impressed with how that looks. I love the style. It's quite light. It's not too light though. Luckily it is under the 250 gram registration limit, so once again perfect for my little girl. This weighs 200 grams. I'll give you a quick walk around the actual drone itself. Nice looking quadcopter, isn't it? It is very nice. I love the style. I love the black and the gold together. And Visuo, they make pretty good toy grade quadcopters, don't they? So I'm looking forward to actually testing this one out and then passing it over to my little girl and letting her have a little fly. But like I say, she's got to learn to fly the other ones first before constantly using one like this. So let's quickly go over some of the specifications. It's got a 1080p camera. It's a Wi-Fi FPV camera. Once again guys, don't expect high quality 1080p. It's going to be mediocre quality. The camera quality itself is quite plasticky, but it does its job, and that's all we kind of want from a quadcopter like this. This just gets you used to filming while flying, because at the end of the day, flying a quadcopter is all very well, but flying and filming at the same time feels very different. You kind of fly differently, you think differently while flying when you're filming, so this is a good introduction to that kind of flight characteristics. It has brushed motors. I'm not too sure on the size of this one, but I will find that out. And these gears, these props are geared as well. They're not direct drive, but they are extremely smooth. It doesn't even feel, I can't feel the gear mesh whatsoever. That is quite impressive, to be honest. So that's going to contribute to a nice smooth flight and increase the flight time, because there's hardly any friction. Very impressed. It doesn't have an SD card slot, which is a little bit disappointed, but it has a nice on-off switch, and on-off switches sometimes we take them for granted, to be fair, but it's good to have an on-off switch so you can plug your battery in, don't need to worry about it, and then you can just turn it on when you want to initialize the drone and you're ready to go. It's got some green LEDs on the front and orange on the rear. You've got two external antennas. One's probably for the controller and one will be for your Wi-Fi FPV feed. So hopefully the feed should be nice and strong as well. Really cool looking quadcopter. Let's take the battery out. The battery is a 3.85 volts 1800 mAh. So this is actually a LIHV, so a high voltage lipo. So you should improve your flight time just a tiny bit by having that slightly higher voltage. It charges up here via USB. Once again, you know my opinion on that, guys. I'm not a huge fan, but it is what it is. It's a toy grade drone, so it is what it is. And we've only got one battery anyway, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. Should get around 15-minute flight time with that, so that's going to be a good one. Really looking forward to actually testing these out. So let's actually pick up the transmitter to look at. The transmitter looks lovely. Love that style. It's massive, really massive. It's very lightweight though, so quite hollow, but it doesn't feel nasty. I love, yet again, that the transmitter, all of the buttons are marked, so you know exactly what you're pressing. Every drone should have that. Every drone should have marked buttons. You've got your phone holder here. That just literally slides into place. Can't change the angle, but that's okay. To be fair, that's a nice angle anyway. Having it leaning towards you a little bit is good. Nice strong clamp here. You're not going to be able to fit a tablet in there, but you should be able to fit most smartphones. The gimbals and JD Quad actually picked this up. I feel really plasticky. Like, out of everything, that's the worst thing I've felt on this quadcopter. These gimbals, I don't know if you can hear that, plasticky, hollow, but as long as they function okay, more than happy. The on-off switch, yet again, very loose, very plasticky, but as long as it functions, and sometimes, guys, you have got to put into perspective, this is a cheap drone. Ranges from 70 to 100 pounds depending on what one you get, and it's a GPS drone. And it's going to do its job. Like I say, cheap toy grade quadcopter that's going to get people into the hobby cheaply and teach people how to fly, how to film. Can't go wrong, really, can you? So I'm looking forward to actually taking these out and then letting my little girl loose on all of them, seeing what ones she likes, seeing what ones suit her flying style and stuff like that, because most quadcopters, they do fly differently. So JD, thanks again, mate. You're just a superstar. We really are grateful for you sending these drones, because it's going to help teach my little girl how to fly, keep her in the hobby, obviously, which she's been arsing with trucks and stuff like that most of her life, a good 10 years. So being 15, I really want her to get her into drones, and then when she's 16 she can go up to the heavier weight drones like me. So thank you so much, mate. I really am grateful for you sending in these quadcopters. Now I'm going to be doing a follow-up review on each and every one of these. Obviously some flight footage, but I've gone on long enough for this video, guys. So everyone, thank you for watching. Don't forget, check out JD Quad's YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button on my channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit that bell notification button and stay up to date on all my upcoming videos. So that's it for this one, guys. Happy RCing.